What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It is a beautiful spring day here in Findlay, and I'm hanging out in the beer shed getting ready to check out a new beer. Now, the one I have today is called Blueberry Kolsch, and this is from Double Wing Brewing Company, and they're out of Madison, Ohio. Now, I will admit I had to look up Madison on the map. I wasn't sure where that was. I think it said it was in Lake County, and it looks like it's kind of out by the Cleveland side of the state. Kind of not Cleveland itself, but I guess greater suburban area, I guess maybe you call it, of Cleveland. Now, it does look like I actually did one of their beers before, and it was the 30th video I ever did, and it was the Butter Pecan Porter. I can only imagine how terrible that video is. It's about 4 years old now, and this will be the second one that I've tried from them. Now, I've had a couple of their beers over the years. You don't really see them that frequently around here. They pop up from time to time, so I give them a try when I can. Like I said, this one is Blueberry Kolsch. So I think the Yeti just did a video on a Kolsch style beer. I quite like them, although I will admit I think they're difficult to pull off correctly. I know a lot of people just throw the word Kolsch on a can, and yeah, it's not really there. Now, I guess to be fair, Kolsch is really one of those protected things, much like, bourbon is supposed to be from a geographic region, or champagne, or these different things that are protected. Kolsch, I believe, have to be from Cologne, right? So anything made outside of that area is just a Kolsch style beer, which is what this will be. Now, I know the Yeti talked about this too, and he and I have discussed it probably numerous times in the past. The one thing about Kolsch's is it's kind of a basic style of beer, so if you screw it up, you usually figure it out pretty quickly. Now, I guess the blueberry will probably mask it a wee bit, but hey, let's give it a shot. First things first, color. This is fairly, it's kind of strange because it's very light colored, and I thought it was clear initially, but then when I put my hand behind it, it's not. It's not quite as clear as I initially thought. You get some small light bubbles in there, nothing too crazy. The head, you probably had maybe a finger's worth of white head, but it dissipated rather quickly there. Now all I really have is it around the ends. Now I can tell you this, I can smell the fruit already without even putting it to my nose. I can smell the blueberry. Color-wise, maybe like a 7, like a deep gold or something like that. I think that's probably pretty accurate. Let's give it a sniff. Yeah, blueberry. I mean, you could smell it the minute I opened the can. It smells nice, though. It doesn't smell like fake candy or, artificial blueberries. It's got a nice smell to it. Now, the other thing I guess was trying to determine to see if it happened. I was wondering if there's going to be a bunch of floaters. Usually when you get fruit beers, you wind up with some specks from the fruit debris. But I don't really see any here, unless it's on the bottom and I'm just not seeing it correctly. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's give it a shot. Cheers. Light-bodied, very light-bodied. This is tough. What do I think you get? Overwhelmingly blueberry. You get a little bit of sweetness. It says at 50 IBUs, and you can kind of get the IBUs, but it's more in the aftertaste. I think when you initially sip it, all you really get is sweetness. Blueberry sweetness. Now, I will say this. It's not over-the-top, cloyingly sweet. It is a natural blueberry taste, but I think you pick it up, you pick it up throughout. From the minute you drink it to the minute you finish it, you're getting blueberry and not a heck of a lot more. The one thing I will say is when you swallow it, though, the aftertaste, you get that little bit of bitterness. So I think that's where the IBUs show up. Do I get anything that would make me think it's a Kolsch? I do think that you get that kind of like that sharp finish, that I don't know if it's like a dry or sharp finish, how you describe it, that you get with a Kolsch. Because usually it's just kind of like a lightly malty presence, and you get that kind of dry or sharp ending. And I do think you do get this from this beer. Now, I wonder if that could also be from the fruit as well, because you do get a little bit of maybe a slight tartness to go with the sweetness from the blueberries, and then kind of that hop finish at the end. But for what it's worth, I think this is a good beer. I don't know that I would pick this out as a Kolsch. If you just gave this to me blind, I would probably just lean towards more of fruit beer or some kind of, fruity ale or something like that. I don't know that I would pick it out as a Kolsch. That being said, I think if you know that it's a Kolsch, you do pick up the few little hints that make you kind of say, okay, I see what you were going for here. But I think the blueberry probably distracts too much to have that original, traditional kind of Kolsch taste. That being said, I think it's a really good beer, especially today. It's a little bit warm in the shed. It's actually Mother's Day. and I'm out here, and it's, I don't know, maybe 80s or something, but the shed had been closed up, and it's kind of one of the first days I'm airing it out. So, it's a bit of a warm day, and this is perfect beer for today. So for me, Blueberry Kolsch from Double Wing Brewing, you would get a thumbs up. I like this. I would drink another one for sure. If you like the video, please hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. If you've had one of these, let me know what you think about it. The one thing that's kind of getting me now after I've had a few sips is I'm getting them burps coming up. So maybe this was a little more carbonated than I'd initially thought. But have you tried this from Double Wing? If so, let me know what you think about it. Or are there any other fruited Kolsches or blueberry beers you think are good? I think I've done quite a few on the channel because I'm a fan of blueberries, so I tend to buy them when I see them. But hey, until next time, cheers.